ma'am.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe. You're all here today for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested. As you appear before me today, you're considered not guilty of what you've been charged with. That status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. Bailiff Mott, could you let the public defender in the courtroom, please? Thank you. In all likelihood, you were arrested on a new charge or a warrant. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of release that will be imposed upon you. I also determine today whether you'd like to represent yourself, whether you'd like to hire a lawyer, or whether you would like me to appoint the public defender's office. You are entitled to have a lawyer represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the public defender's office for you this morning. You're also entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or counsel know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to get that phone call, please let me know. Make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Okay, put your hands down as I call your name. Please come forward to the podium. Christine Michelfink. Good morning. Can I have your date of birth?
September 4th, 1980.
Okay, you are here today for unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Okay. An attempt to acquire a controlled substance by fraud. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State.
Your Honor, it appears she has two other cases currently open. It's 2019 CF 686 for uttering a forged instrument and unlawful obtaining a controlled substance by fraud, and 2019 CF 684 uttering a forged instrument and obtaining a controlled substance by fraud. Those are set for arraignment on 4/30.
Yep.
She is a withhold of adjudication for leaving the scene of an accident with property damage in February of this year, and a dropped driving while license suspended out of Hernando. Withhold for driving while license suspended and possessing a revoked DL or driver's license 2018 out of Hernando. An action was filed in 2013. It's actually two different cases in Putnam County for worthless check. I do not know the dispositions in those cases. Pretrial intervention program for driving while license suspended in 2013 out of Palm Beach. An action was null pros in 2011 for retail theft in Palm Beach. An action was null pros for retail petty theft in 2012 in Miami-Dade. And I'm showing a multi-source offender. Her out-of-state history, I'm showing an action dismissed for larceny from a person in 2015, a guilty disposition, just says public drunk, not sure the actual charge in that state, and that was 2017, a shoplifting charge in 2017, I'm not showing a disposition, a conviction for shoplifting in 2017, a conviction for controlled substance, also in 2017. Conviction for violation of drug distribution law in 2019. That's showing February 4th of this year. I'm showing three convictions of that here. That's what I'm showing at this time.
I have an address here on Kirkshire Lane in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
About 7 months.
Okay. How long have you lived in Hernando County?
About 7 months.
Where did you live before that?
South Carolina.
Okay. Do you have other than, I guess your job was at this doctor's office, do you have any other form of employment?
I do not.
Okay. We're gonna set your bonds at $5,000 each. We'll see you back to court on April 30th with your other cases, okay?
Thank you.
I didn't RCO because she wasn't out on bond. Corey Reinhardt. Can I have your date of birth?
March 30th, 1998.
You're here today for failure to appear out of Pinellas County. There's actually 4 warrants for your arrest. It's a total of $66,000, it looks like. We're going to keep all those bonds the same. And Pinellas County is going to come get you within the next 5 days. If for some reason they don't come get you, the folks at the jail will bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what the holdup is. When you get to Pinellas County, you can ask for a lawyer and ask for a court date, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, but on Christine and Michelle's cases, did I have 2 different PCs? Was that for both PCs? I'm showing 2 different agencies. They were actually stapled together, and I was just comparing. One says unlawful use of a two-way communication device and obtaining controlled substance for fraud, and the other one says uttering a forged prescription.
I'm being handed something. What am I looking at?
Yeah, looks like
Oh, okay, gotcha.
4. Yeah.
My apologies for, I just
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
wanted to make sure.
Nope, that's fine. I just didn't announce the other 2, but the bonds amount to be the same, the $4,000, and they're in court on the same day on April 30th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And April Stalling? Can I have your date of birth?
10/7/81.
All right. You are here today for providing false name to law enforcement and found probable cause for your arrest. Looks like you might have some things going on in another county, in Pasco County too. Do you have some open cases in Pasco County right now?
I'm sorry?
Do you have some cases going on in Pasco County right now?
The VOP.
Okay, gotcha. It looks like they want to hold on her and bring her over there for a battery, petty theft, which is a second offense, it looks like. All right, any way to just clear this up today and get her over there?
She just got arrested yesterday.
Yeah.
Given that she's got the VOP, and he said there was a hold on her, so she would be transferred. The state would do credit time served if she wanted to take that today.
Okay.
And
If you want to take care of your case today, we'll give you credit time served for the time that you had in the Hernando County Jail. I will advise you that it looks like you're not going to get out on that, but you have these other Pasco County cases pending, and you'll have to go to Pasco County and take care of those. But if you want to take care of this case here today, you can do that. You want to do that?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you understand that by taking a plea on this case today, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes.
Giving up your right to confront witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes.
Okay. With regard to this charge of providing false name to law enforcement, how do you plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I accept the plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Hernando County Jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You will have fines and the cost of incarceration for those 2 days assessed against you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks. Heather Matazinski. Can I have your date of birth?
Ms. Carly.
You are here today for possession of paraphernalia. Your bond amount is $500. I found probable cause for your arrest. Is there any way to clear this up today?
just, she doesn't have any in-state history. I'm just going to have to out-of-state really quick. I don't. She wanted to take 20 days, Your Honor.
She has no history though, you said?
She's got out-of-state history, Your Honor.
Okay,
Not
from how long
in-state
ago?
history. Well, she has driving while license suspended 2012, a domestic battery dismissed 2013, a assault second degree conviction, looks like 2014, failure to appear, those are older, and a failure to appear on a theft from March of 2018, so I'm not sure what the status of that is.
From out of state?
From out of state, Your
Okay.
Honor, yes.
Do you have something going on with a theft from out of state, an open case somewhere?
Actually, anything like that honestly.
No? Okay.
Anything is driving while suspended.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. If you want to take care of it today, if the state's offering you 20 days in jail, we'll give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. Do you want to take care of it today?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm going to keep the bond the same, and we're going to see you back to court on May 10th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Amanda Vocal. Can I have your date of birth?
7/26/1990.
Okay. You are here today for a possession of hashish and driving while your license is suspended or revoked. Your bond amounts are a total of $3,000 at this point. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office.
Has an adjudication for driving while license suspended from earlier this year in Hernando, a adjudication for driving while license suspended in 2017, a withhold driving while license suspended in 2016, a withhold in 2016 driving while license suspended. Those are on Hernando. She also has out-of-state history. I see a conviction in 2014, operating a motor vehicle impaired by drugs, first offense. And I actually believe that was all I see for what I have in front of me.
Okay. All right, Ms. Boca, I have an address here on Tryon Circle in Spring Hill. Is that where you live? How long have you lived there?
4 years.
Do you have a job?
I take care of my mother, she said.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and keep the bonds the same. We'll see you back to court May 14th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Thank you.
Eric Hoff. Can I have your date of birth?
2380.
You were here today for a violation of probation. I found probable cause for your arrest, and it's based on a warrant signed by Judge Toner on February 4th. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. There's no bond on that warrant until you appear back in front of Judge Toner. I'm going to set that date for May 10th at 8:30 in the morning, okay? Someone from the PD's office will be out to see you shortly.
Thank you.
Andrew Mills. Can I have your date of birth?
3077.
You are here today for driving while your license is suspended or revoked. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. I have his driving record. Is there anything other than that?
I'm sorry, what?
I have his driving record. Is there any other priors other than that?
Is an adjudication for resisting from March of this year. It looks like we got 10 days in Hernando. Adjudication for battery in 2017. He has out-of-state. There's probation violation in 2014. Appears to be an adjudication giving false name, willful obstruction of law enforcement, and failure to appear. Another probation violation. An action was dismissed in 2009 for driving while license suspended. Conviction in 2014 for DUI out of state. An action was null pros in 2008 for violating family violence order. Another probation violation in 2008. That appears to be from theft conviction. convictions in 2008 for simple battery, disorderly conduct, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, and there's substantial history, Your Honor, going further back.
All right, Mr. Mills, I have an address here on Waterfall Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
I just moved in a month and a half ago.
Okay. Where did you move here from?
I lived in Spring Hill for 4 years now.
Okay.
I lived in Spring Hill for about 4 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a block mason.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond at $4,000, and we'll see you back to court on May 8th at 9 o'clock in the morning, and someone from the public defender's office will be out to see you if you can't find out, okay?
Okay.
All right. Leron Murray? Good afternoon, Mr. Murray. You are here today for a writ of bodily attachment. What that means is that you are behind on your child support. It looks like there was a hearing, if I remember correctly, back in February, and you were supposed to make a payment, 2 payments. You made the first payment and you did not make the second payment. So what's going on with that?
I made a partial payment
Right.
on the 7th, and I was trying to get the rest to pay the rest off.
Okay. Have you been working?
Yes, I have.
What have you been doing for work?
I work at Publix in the deli.
All right. And how long have you been doing that for?
About 3 months now.
Okay. The purge amount on this is $570. Can you come up with the $570 in order to get out of jail?
Yes.
Okay. When can you pay that?
My family's working on it between today,
Okay.
so I should know between today and tomorrow.
Okay. Very good. Then we'll keep the purge at $570. Once you pay that $570 is paid, then you can get out of jail. If you're unable to pay the $570, then you're going to spend up to 10 days in jail, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks. Peter Bellatudo. Can I have your date of birth?
2/27/81.
You are here today for domestic battery. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State prior record.
The pretrial intervention program for violation of domestic violence injunction in 2018 out of Hillsborough, a pretrial intervention program for domestic battery 2018 out of Hillsborough, adjudication for a DUI in 2015 out of Hillsborough, adjudication for obstructing an officer without violence and a disorderly intoxication 2013 out of Collier. There was a battery dropped in 2011 out of Hillsborough, a robbery dropped in 2010 out of Hillsborough, a battery dropped in 2010 out of Hillsborough, adjudication for possession of cannabis, and a dropped paraphernalia charge 2010 out of Hillsborough, adjudication withheld, attaching tag not assigned out of Hillsborough, a leaving the scene of an accident with damage, withhold of adjudication 2006 out of Hillsborough. An action was dropped in 2005 for resisting an officer without violence, driving while license suspended, and failure to accept traffic citation out of Hillsborough. Possession of drug paraphernalia 2003, withhold of adjudication out of Hillsborough. And withhold of disorderly conduct in 2003, and he does have juvenile for aggravated assault, battery, disorderly conduct, criminal mischief, and aggravated battery with great bodily harm. Again, those are juvenile cases, but that's older history.
Okay. Sir, I have an address here on Parish Ave in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
5 to 6 months.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I have a landscaping business.
Okay. How long have you lived in Hernando County?
5 or 6 months.
Where did you live before that?
Tampa.
Okay. Do you have any family here in Hernando?
Just a girlfriend.
I don't think you have a girlfriend here anymore.
Huh?
I need to order that you have no contact with Jessica McGinn, okay? Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not have anyone else call her, write her, or email her. If you have any contact with Jessica while this case is pending, you can be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Okay, do I have one now?
We're working on it. I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case Jessica needs to file any civil injunction against you. If she does file that injunction against you, I want to read it very carefully to be very specific as to how many feet you need to stay away from her, her home, her vehicle, or anywhere else where she may frequent. I'm going to give you a bond of $10,000. I'm going to see you back to court on May 8th at 9 o'clock. Glenn Bean. Mr. Bean, can I have your date of birth?
2/22/68.
You are here today for driving under the influence and driving while your license is suspended or revoked. The bond amounts are currently $1,000 each. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Probably hire my own attorney.
Okay. Do you know who you're going to hire?
I'm sorry?
Do you know who you're going to hire?
No, I did not.
Okay. State prior record?
Appears to have a DUI conviction in December of 2018 and was placed on probation in Hernando County. I'm not sure if he's still on probation. And pretrial intervention in 2002 for grand theft out of Hillsborough. I'm not showing any out-of-state history at this time.
Okay. He's currently on probation?
Yes, he is on probation. He did do the DUI school substance abuse. I don't have his hours, and he has a small fine, but a warrant will be forthcoming.
Okay. Sir, I have an address for you on Chase Street in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, that is.
How long have you lived there?
It was over a year.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Accounting.
Okay. All right. Well, sir, I'm going to let you know that you are entitled to a bond on these cases. It does look like, however, that these charges, if proven, could violate your probation. And because of that, the probation department is going to be issuing a warrant for your arrest for the violation of probation that will come out probably sometime in the next 4 or 5 days. When they do that, that will be a no bond violation of probation warrant, meaning you will not be able to get out of jail until you resolve your case. I'm only telling you that in case you're going to spend your resources to bond out on these charges. You will be back in jail probably sometime next week on the violation of probation, so you could potentially be wasting some money. I just want to let you know. So I'm going to go ahead and set the bond on these at $2,000 each. We have a court date on May 10th, and he's indicated he wants private counsel, so no PD on us. Thank you, sir. Ernest Green. Can I have your date of birth?
7/20/75.
You are here today for possession of marijuana under 20 grams and possession of paraphernalia. I found probable cause for your arrest. Did you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State priority.
Showing adjudication for trespass and controlled substance without a prescription in 2018 out of Lee County. Adjudication for battery, domestic violence 2017 out of Lee County. An action was dismissed in 2017 for disturbing the peace in Lee County. Adjudication for driving while license suspended, revoked third or subsequent offense 2014 out of Collier. Adjudicated guilty for driving while license suspended 2014 out of Citrus. Adjudication for DUI or drug second offense 2001 and failure to appear dismissed out of Citrus. And I do have a substantial history here, but I'm not able to decipher if it looks like it might have been mixed up, so that's why I asked this time, Your Honor.
All right.
Aren't there 3 charges, Judge?
1, 2.
There's a meth in there.
Okay, yeah, there's a possession of methamphetamine as well. All right, Mr. Green, I have an address for you at 215 Southeast 16th Street in Crystal River. Is that where you live?
No, I just moved up to Spring Hill Drive.
You live on Spring Hill Drive?
Yeah, I just moved over here 2 weeks ago.
got the address yet.
All right. Before that, you lived in Crystal River?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
All right. And how long did you live in Crystal River before?
I lived here for about 20 years and left 8 years ago and just came back.
Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a fisherman.
Okay. Okay, for count number 1, the possession of marijuana under 20 grams, your bond amount is going to be $1,000. For count number 2, the possession of paraphernalia, bond amount is going to be $5,000. And then for count number 3, the possession of methamphetamine, keep it the same, 6,000. I don't know why it's 6,000, but we'll keep it the same. We'll see you back to court on May 14th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Robert Wilson?
Stop.
Can I have your date of birth?
9/16/51.
All right, you were here today for a violation of probation. I found probable cause for your arrest, and it's based on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt on April 10th. It's a no bond violation of probation. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
No, ma'am, I'm guilty.
Okay, I'll put you in as self-represented at this time.
He's doing a bad job of it.
All right, we'll see you back to court on May 14th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
Brian Hatton? Can I have your date of birth?
8/24/82.
You are here today for possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, 13 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia for a total bond of $7,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State.
Showing an action open in Pasco County for refusal to surrender a driver's license. It's showing as criminal traffic, a withhold of adjudication for cannabis, and adjudication for paraphernalia 2014 out of Hernando. An action was no pros for grand theft and dropped for dealing in stolen property 2013 out of Hernando. Adjudication for driving a license suspended 2013 out of Hernando. Withhold in 2010, possession of cannabis out of Pasco. Withhold 2010, possession of drug equipment out of Pasco. Withhold in 2003, violation of DL restrictions out of Hernando. Pretrial intervention in 2002 for possession of cannabis, Hernando, and an action was dismissed in 2003, possession of cannabis and possession of paraphernalia out of Hernando.
Okay. So I have an address for you on Weeping Willow Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
Since about 91.
Okay. Do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
All right. I'll keep them the same at $500 each for a total of $7,000. We'll see you back to court May 10th at 9 o'clock. Scott Heaton?
Scott Eaton, 330-63.
You're here today for domestic battery. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you, sir?
No, ma'am, I'll represent myself.
Okay, state.
This is all I'm showing in state. He is showing as a multi-source offender. I'm showing a conviction for, a misdemeanor conviction for domestic assault in 2004. An action was dismissed for fraud, appears to be prescription fraud, 2008. An assault in 2008, I'm not showing a disposition. Assault in 2009, conviction. A burglary dismissed in 1981. A burglary dismissed in 1983. A conviction for violation, harassment, and trespass in 1983, a dismissed action for criminal trespass and petty theft in 1983, controlled substance in 1983, not showing a disposition, a conviction in 1992 for criminal sale of a controlled substance, in 1995 conviction for burglary, and that's all I'm showing, Your Honor, at this time.
Sorry, I have an address here in Skyline Court in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Excuse me, I couldn't hear.
You live on Skyline Court in Spring Hill?
No.
Okay. Where do you live?
Skyline. Skyline Court.
Okay. All right. How long have you
I
lived
have been here, and I'm sorry.
there? Okay, that's okay. How long have you lived there?
About 5 years now.
Okay. Do you have a job?
I'm disabled.
Okay.
I have an aneurysm on my heart.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $1,500. As a condition of bond, I need to make sure that you don't have any contact with Kyle Heaton, okay? Don't have any contact with him whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email, do not have anyone else call him, write him, or email him. If you have any contact with Kyle whatsoever, you could be charged with another crime and held to that bond. Did you hear all
But he's
that?
my son, Your Honor, he's my son.
Are you telling me that you can't not have any contact with him?
I was in my room, I heard a ruckus in the kitchen.
Sir, don't say anything about the facts of your case, okay? If you had an attorney representing you right now, they would tell you the same thing. You have the right to remain silent. Don't say anything about the facts. I need to, pursuant to statute, to Florida statute, tell you that you cannot have any contact with the victim in this case. If you
I
feel
have
like you...
triplets. How could you tell me I can't see my son?
Okay. So because he can't follow that order, I'm going to hold him no bond. We'll see you back to court May 8th at 9 a.m. We'll see you back to court May 8th. Aramis Morales Portalatin. Good morning, Mr. Morales.
Buenos días, señor Morales.
Can you confirm your date of birth for me?
¿Me puede confirmar su fecha de nacimiento, por favor?
Marzo 17 de 1963.
Your Honor, I heard him say...
Octubre 17 del 63.
Your Honor, he said March 17th of 63. He's correcting to October 17th of 1963.
Interesting. You are here today. We took you into custody out of my courtroom yesterday because you had a warrant for your arrest for failure to appear in front of Judge Hitzman.
Señor, usted estuvo en mi sala ayer y lo detuvimos aquí porque usted tenía una orden de detención por haber faltado a su comparecencia ante el juez Hitzman.
You also have that pending case in front of me.
También tiene el caso pendiente conmigo.
The state has offered you 10 days Hernando County Jail in order to resolve the case, and now I believe we have credit for 4 days.
La fiscalía le está ofreciendo 10 días para resolver el caso en la cárcel del condado de Hernando con crédito de ahora creo que son 4 días.
Is it still the offer from the state to do the 10?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer would be 10 days, and I actually believe the credit is 5. I was showing 3 on the first case, 2 on this case, and I'll give him credit.
Ya me habían dicho de eso, pues, por eso es que estoy aquí. Pero el caso de allá, ellos nunca me habían notificado eso, porque a mí me dieron la orden para el día del juicio de ayer. Pero en otro caso yo no tenía el papel.
Yes, they had notified me about this, but I didn't know about the other case because I didn't have the paper.
Okay. So they'll give you 10 days in jail, give you credit for the 5 days that you have in. Do you want to take care of both of your cases today?
Señor, para resolver ambos casos, ¿usted quiere aceptar 10 días en cárcel y le están dando créditos por 5 días que ella tiene?
Bueno, pues voy a tener que aceptarlo.
Well, I'll have to accept it.
Okay. You raise your right hand for me.
Bien, levante su mano derecha.
Solemnly swear or affirm
Jura solemnemente o promete
the testimony before the court
que el testimonio ante la jueza
will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
será la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Sí.
Go ahead and
Yes.
put your hand down.
Puede bajar su mano.
State your name for me again.
Su nombre, por favor, otra vez.
Aramis Jenny Morales Portalatin.
Okay.
Bien.
And your date of birth is October 17th, 1963?
Y su fecha de nacimiento es octubre 17 del 63.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay.
Bien.
With regard to the driving on suspended driver's license in case number 2019 CT 1185, how do you plead? Plea no contest.
Referente a la acusación de manejar sin licencia de conducir válida en el caso 2019 CT 1185, ¿cómo usted quiere contestar? Puede contestar, no me opongo.
No me opongo.
No contest.
Okay, I'll accept your no contest plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to 10 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for the 5 days that you have in. With regard to the other case number, the 19 CT 1191, will the state agree? I don't think he has the full 5 days credit, but you'll agree to 5 days in that case?
Yes,
Okay. How do you plead to that case? You want to plead no contest to that case too?
Bueno, lo adjudico culpable, lo condeno a 10 días de cárcel con crédito de 5 días ya cumplidos, y en el otro caso 19 CT 1191, Fiscalía, usted también, creo que no tiene exactamente 5 días, pero usted le acreditaría 5 días, sí le acreditamos 5 días. ¿Cómo usted quiere contestar a la acusación en ese caso?
Perdóname, contéstame eso de nuevo que no lo entendí.
I'm sorry, could you run that by me again, because I didn't get it.
This is the other case. I just want to make sure that you're also going to plead no contest to this second case.
Este es el otro caso, estamos hablando ahora del otro caso, solamente me quiero asegurar que usted también va a contestar, no me opongo a ese caso.
No me opongo.
No contest.
Accept your plea of no contest. Find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to 10 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for the 5 days that you have in. In each of these cases, you will have fines assessed against you. You need to make payment arrangements with the clerk of court. You also have the cost of incarceration assessed against you in one of your cases.
Okay. Lo adjudico culpable también en este caso, lo condeno a 10 días con crédito por 5 días que ya ha pasado en cárcel. También tiene que pagar multas y costos de tribunal, y en uno de los casos pagar costos de encarcelación.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Sí.